History News tonight, plans for a new custody suite in Grimsby, the future on minor injuries units in East Yorkshire, and celebrating great food and drink in Cottingham. And later in tonight's programme, I'll be talking to John Hewer about a gala gig in Louth. Before that, Sarah Howard tells me about Humbear. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Wednesday's programme with me, Luke Adams. First tonight, there's plans for a new custody suite in Grimsby. It will be the country's first code project designed to revolutionise outdated facilities. A planning application has been submitted to North East Lincolnshire Council by Humberside Police for the £14 million 36-cell unit. It will be built on the West Marsh. It's hoped the new suite will be operational by 2019 if approved by council officials. The MP for Beverley and Holderness, Graham Stewart, has welcomed the Health Secretary's referral on the future of minor injuries units. Jeremy Hunt has referred the decision by the East Riding CCG to close the MRUs at Hornsey and Withensea to the Independent Reconfiguration Panel. It's a body which looks at cases into changes to the NHS. The panel can make recommendations to the Health Secretary that the CCG's decision to close the units should be overturned if they're seen to contradict a duty of care. Despite stiff opposition from locals, the units are due to close. A final decision is expected in the next few weeks. Northern Power Grid worked through the night to restore power to around 7,400 homes after Storm Aileen caused power cuts across the region. Engineers restored power by diverting electricity through alternative routes on its network. Repairs have been taking place throughout the day to restore power to those still currently affected. A helicopter has been deployed to carry out inspections and intelligence of further damage potentially caused by the storm to its overhead network. Now, the 5th Cottingham Food and Drink Festival takes place this weekend. Taking place on the Market Green in the village, locally produced food and drink will be celebrated across 90 stalls, ranging from artisan breads, cured meats, beers and wine. It's supported by East Riding Council's events team, and the festival is a showcase of the best that Yorkshire's food and drink producers have to offer. Helen Green is the festival organiser and is hoping to draw on the success of last year's event.
It was fantastic weather and we had 25,500 visitors to the village. You know, you think the population of Cottingham's 18,500, so we had a lot of visitors from outside, which was absolutely wonderful. The weather was beautiful. I'm not quite so sure whether the weather's going to be quite so beautiful this weekend, but you know, we'll be here whatever the weather, and we still want people to come to support those local businesses to help grow our local economy and to visit Cottingham because it's a great place to live and to work and to shop. It used just to be East Riding businesses, but East Riding of Yorkshire, but I've gone to the wider Yorkshire now. So we've kept it to Yorkshire, and we've got great Yorkshire chefs coming as well, with Brian Turner coming by popular demand. We've brought him back again this year because he was so good last year. And Steph Moon, again a farmer's daughter, Yorkshire chef. We have John Robinson from White, from Beverley, and also Chris Harrison from Shoot the Bull.
And for the event on Sunday, both Hallgate and King Street will be shut from 4 a.m. North Lincolnshire Council is holding a consultation event for people to have their say on the future of Scunthorpe Market. The transformation forms part of the council's £60 million regeneration plans for the town centre. Shoppers and traders will be able to give their views on a variety of topics, which will be considered to determine a plan of investment for the market. The event takes place next Wednesday, the 20th of September, on the High Street between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Now, Hull lad Rhys Shearsmith is preparing to return to the city of his birth. The League of Gentlemen actor and writer will be welcomed back to the city's university, where he was made an honorary graduate back in 2013. He'll be in conversation with lecturer Dr. Kevin Costafine at the university's Middleton Hall.
Rhys was born in Hull. He went to Andrew Marvell School, and then he moved away to Bretton Hall College, where he met up with the League of Gentlemen, his fellow performers in the League of Gentlemen. And he's continued in association with Hull. He was given an honorary degree from this university in 2013 for his services to comedy. Rhys is most famous for his TV work with the League of Gentlemen, which most people know is an incredibly dark and surreal comedy series. He's continued in that vein with some strange and quirky TV work like Inside Number 9, Psychoville. He's also appeared in film, such as recently High Rise, A Field in England. He's appeared on stage, and he's appeared in lots of TV shows. You might have seen him pop up in Doctor Who, in Spaced, in all sorts of things that you might not have expected.
I'm joined now on the server by Sarah Howard to tell me all about Humbear. Good evening, Sarah. Welcome to the programme. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me.
First of all, you're welcome. I believe Humbear is a book. Where did the idea of the book come from, first of all?
Well, Humbear was initially bathed in Somerset when I met some new friends there. Keith was originally from Hull, and his wife, he married a southern girl, and he hadn't been back to Hull for years and years. And Tracy's passion was making teddy bears, and she showed me a little sewing room, and I was absolutely enthralled with all these little teddy bears in the sewing room. When I come back to Hull, it got me thinking about an idea. Keith coming from Hull, Tracy, love of teddy bears, and I thought of, and I got a picture in my head of a black silhouette of the Humber Bridge with a little teddy bear waving from it, and saying greetings from Humbear. And it progressed from there, and I started to tell a story to my grandchildren, made up the story about this little girl, Amy, who was in foster care near the Humber Bridge, and she found this humming teddy bear. It's a very tender relationship. A little bit starts out a bit of a tearjerker, but as it progresses into a four-part story, it introduces lots of
themes, doesn't it?
Lots of different themes, yes. She goes over the bridge, and then she gets Bridget Bear.
Okay.
And we have Bart Bear and Bojo Bear and Somewhere Place, and that is on the south bank of the bridge. And she comes back over the bridge, and then there's a lot happens with Hull. And we deal with issues of bullying, of loss. There's a lot of music, sport. There's Robin Redbreast, Craven, a black and white dog, Faithful.
And as well, it's a beautifully illustrated book, Jill. Who was the illustration involved with the book?
It was Stuart Trotter, who illustrated Postman Pat, Rupert Bear and Wallace and Gromit.
Okay, fantastic. Brilliant. Yeah. So you've managed to get a very prestigious illustrator on board with your book. I believe this is your first publication, isn't it? So how proud are you feeling of how the book has gone so far?
Oh, I am immensely proud. I'm overwhelmed with the response I've been getting. I've had people who've wound the car windows down, adults. I've read your book, I've loved it. I've had children come up to me, think I'm a teacher, and they call me Miss. I've had a little girl who, she's loved it so much, but it's not just the story, it's because it's the places she visits, and she says, oh, Humbear went to this place, like, for example, Old City Ground. Okay,
so there's a very key whole theme to this book.
Yes, definitely.
Essentially, Sarah, it is a children's book.
Yes.
Have many adults read the book?
Oh yes, quite a lot of adults. And what I'm hoping for this book is, because I'm a grandparent, and there's grandparents in this book as well, so I'm hoping that families will read it, because it also goes back to post-war Hull as well. There's a little bit that's quite educational for children, which is based upon real life from my family background.
Okay. So there's a connection to history there as well.
Yes.
Sarah, the book was published in May, I believe, wasn't it, this year? How are sales going so far?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's since it's gone in Waterstones, and it's been in the Hull Daily Mail, the impact is been. I couldn't ask for more, and I replenished my stock at Waterstones, and there was people literally queuing up in there.
Brilliant.
And
So
I did a sign-in on the spot.
Wonderful. So
Yeah.
fair to say that it's exceeded all your expectations.
Oh, yes.
You mentioned there that the book is in Waterstones. Is that the only place where people can obtain copies of it?
It's just gone in Waterstones Grimsby today as well, and it's at Hesel Bookshop. It's at Humber Bridge Tourist Board, and it can direct from ourselves on.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so lots of places for people to get hold of the book.
Yes, yeah.
Now, very quickly, Amy is the central character.
Oh, yes.
In about 20 seconds, just tell me what kind of things she gets up to in this book.
Oh, she starts out a very quiet, shy little girl, but she really gets her confidence going, and she overcomes so many difficulties because she'd been bullied and she'd been teased, and the Humbear helps her to overcome these difficulties, and then she goes on time travel.
Wonderful.
And there's magic and
Fantastic. So a fantastic relationship with Humbear and
yeah.
Amy. Sarah, I wish you all the best with the
thank you
book.
so
Thank you very
much.
much indeed for coming in this evening.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Join me after the break when Dan brings us a roundup of all the latest sporting action and John Hewer about a gala night in Louth. Welcome back. You're watching Estuary News. Still to come tonight, Dan brings us a roundup of all the latest sporting action, and John Hewer will be telling me about celebrating local theatre in Louth. The MP for Louth and Horncastle, Victoria Aitkins, is holding a jobs fair. It follows the success of last year's event, which aims to help those unemployed find jobs and training. A wide range of opportunities will be on offer, including those in engineering, the hospitality and leisure industry and the armed forces. The event takes place on the 22nd of September at the Royal British Legion Hall in Louth. New parenting courses are set to start in Hull, aimed at parents of babies and young children under the age of 5. They're designed to explore techniques and approaches to leading a healthy family lifestyle. It's a free 8-week course taking place at various venues across the city, the first of which starts on Tuesday afternoon at the Lemon Tree Children's Centre on Bransholme. Britain's #1 vocal harmony group, the Overtones, are coming to Hull. The group have sold over 1 million records since they were launched in 2010, and their cover of Beauty and the Beast was released earlier this year. They'll perform at the City Hall on the 9th of March. Northern Lincolnshire artists are once again in the spotlight as part of Insight. The Open Studio event, now in its 17th year, celebrates artistic talent in the area. 38 artists and galleries are taking part in the event, which takes place this weekend and next. The 2021 Visual Arts Centre in Scunthorpe will feature the work of mixed medium artist Irene McGrath. More information on the event can be found via insightopenstudios.org.uk. Now, a gala night will be held next month to celebrate 10 years of Hambledon production. To tell me more, I'm delighted to welcome my second guest this evening, John Hewer. Welcome back to Estuary News, John. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me back. Thank you.
Which we're going to be talking about Hambleton.
That's right, yes. It's kind of the name for our gala night, which is going on at the Riverhead Theatre, which is kind of like our home kind of base in the entire county of Lincolnshire. And we're very, very proud. We're bringing back our very first show, which was a film noir spoof called Stop You're Killing Me. It's kind of like a Naked Gun meets Carry On kind of style comedy, and we're doing that as part of the kind of like the headlining thing of the event. There's lots of kind of gala raffle prizes, lots of fun prizes, lots of selfie opportunities, and a bit of displays going on. So really a whole memorable social event for the whole community to be a part of, really.
And if you like a good selfie.
Absolutely, yeah, who doesn't? You know, there's plenty of opportunities going on, yes.
Because they're the in thing now, selfies. They're very much in vogue.
Mm-hmm.
So, ask a silly question. This is happening because you're celebrating 10 years.
That's right. So yeah, in 2007, myself and my sister, who's also from Grimsby in the Louth area, and we kind of put our heads together and we thought what we really want to do is create really engaging, live, frothy, funny theatre for our local communities. And we're very, very lucky. We had huge support from the various societies around, the theatres, and from our old stomping grounds at Franklin College and Louth Playgoers Riverhead Theatre. And so it's a really celebration of that. And our shows have gone nationwide with Tommy Cooper Show and Steptoe and Son and Educating Rita, and we've worked with some real high-profile people, and we're so honoured to be able to bring that back to our wonderful home county who continue to support us year after year. We really appreciate that.
Excellent. So as well as celebrating your success of 10 years,
yes,
it's also a way of celebrating those people who've been part of your company since
Absolutely,
you started.
yeah. We love employing local actors, local artists, designers, technicians, anything like that. And we always make a big point of promoting the local arts and making sure that all our plays premiere in our wonderful spots around the county. It's a very big part for us, and if they go on to be, bigger things around the country, that's fine. But we always like to come back home to our roots. Yes.
John, have you seen a lot of local talent in the area over the last 10 years?
Hundreds. It's wonderful. I was in the theatre only last week, and the talent coming off the stage and the scripts, the new writing projects going around in the various towns. It's so encouraging to see, and I love being a part of that. And Lincolnshire does very sadly get a bit neglected every now and then, but it has so much to offer. It's such a big county. It just needs embracing, and once people hear about it, it's the hottest ticket in town. That's what it's about, really.
Because I believe you spent a lot of time, down in London as well. So how does Louth compare to the heady lights of London?
Well, yes, there are differences, and there are a lot of comparisons. But basically, it's passion, and as long as you engage in that passion with people, and you kind of give them what they want. And what's very vogue at the minute is just very broad comedy. People like to have a good laugh. The world is not a fantastic place. So to be able to go down to your local theatre and see something which is going to really cheer you up, that's what people want. And the fact it's live and professional in front of you is great, which is why we're so excited as our guest speaker to get Nicholas Parsons, who was born in Grantham. So he's a local Lincolnshire lad. He's 93 years old, but he is such a national treasure, Mr. Parsons, and we're so honoured that he's going to be gracing the stage with us. It's a real big thing for us to be able to announce that.
How did that honour come about? How did you manage to bag
If
Nicholas
you don't
Parsons?
try, look, you just don't get. So we just sent out a few letters, but Nicholas Parsons was, in all honesty, at the very top of our list because of that local connection and the national treasure and his light entertainment background. And we're so thrilled that he's going to be there, and he is every single value for money. He is brilliant,
and that may be a particular selling point for people to actually come and enjoy, the evening
celebrations. He's going to be there throughout the whole evening. He's going to do an opening spot, and then he's going to watch our play, and then take part in some of the kind of things as well. And the support from the local community for him to welcome him into their town has been tremendous as well, so we're really looking forward to
Excellent,
bringing him to the
John.
stage.
It sounds like it's going to be a great gig.
Thank you.
So crucially, I need to ask you, when is this event taking place?
Sure. So it's Sunday the 1st of October, 7:30 at the Riverhead Theatre in Louth, which if you haven't been, it's wonderful.
Yes.
It's truly wonderful.
Yes.
Tickets are £15, but it's for the whole evening.
Okay.
Free cake, red carpet, free Prosecco, And the tickets are available on 01507 600 350 or online at louthriverheadtheatre.com.
Okay, fantastic, John.
Thank you.
How are ticket sales going so far? Still a bit of time?
Very, very good. Well, today is a big day because we really done it really well. So we're here on Estuary TV. We've been in the Grimsby Telegraph Louth leader, so word is really going out there now. And I was in the theatre actually this morning on a different meeting, and the phone was ringing quite a lot. So I do think once word gets out there, especially about our Mr. Parsons, I truly think we're in for a sellout event. So I would encourage people to book
Best bib and tuckers at the ready, John, and make sure you pour me a glass of Prosecco because it's my favourite drink.
It's on the table.
Thank you very much indeed for coming in this evening.
Thank you
all
for
the
having
best
me.
with the gig.
Thank
you very
you.
much. Now here's Dan with all the sport.
Hull City are in championship action tonight as they look to right the wrongs of Friday's heavy defeat at Derby. The Tigers take on Fulham down in London, with striker Fraser Campbell set for a return from injury. Kick-off at Craven Cottage is at 7:45. Meanwhile, recent addition Jackson Irvine has been nominated for an award in his native Australia. He's been shortlisted for Professional Football Australia's Footballer of the Year accolade. Looking back at last night now, when Grimsby Town picked up a big win over high-flying Accrington Stanley, Sam Jones and Martin Wolford netted a couple of minutes either side of half-time to help the Mariners to their first away win since the opening day of the season. Town have now moved to 15th in League Two, halting Stanley's impressive start to the campaign. Elsewhere, Scunthorpe United didn't fare so well. They lost 1-0 at home to Blackburn Rovers. Marcos Antonsen scored the only goal of the game just before the hour mark. The Iron have now dropped to 11th in League One with 12 points from their opening 7 games. Rugby now, and Hull Kingston Rovers coach Tim Sheens has made 10 changes to his side for the weekend's game after they achieved promotion back to Super League last time out. Ben Cockayne returns to the side and will captain the Robins on his final game at Cacombe Craven Park before joining York. Andrew Heffernan, Sean Lunt and Nick Scruton are both amongst the players left out. They've all undergone or will undergo operations this week. And finally for now, Hull FC head coach Lee Radford has hailed Wakefield's Chris Chester as Coach of the Year. The former Rovers coach has led his side to 5th in Super League with a workmanlike squad, according to the Black and Whites coach.
I think he's done an unbelievable job. Genuinely don't spend cap. To be in there with the big boys like they are and consistently throughout the season, I think it's arguably the coaching job of the year for me. Very good at doing everything without being very few X Factor players. Very workman-like team. Turn up for each other every week and get the job done. So yeah, they're good at a lot of things without being spectacular at many.
Despite back-to-back league defeats since the Challenge Cup final, Radford says the attitude of his players has been flawless.
I just think how we've played over the last 4 weeks, I suppose, it's had playoff intensity to our games. I think the Leeds one was bang at it. I thought last Friday was bang at it, and obviously the cup final was bang at it. So we've been involved in them games now for 3 weeks. So it's not new to us, if that makes sense. I don't know what they'll turn up with, but I know if we turn up, with that attitude that we showed last week, then we should be right.
And that's all for the sport.
Thanks very much, Dan. That's it for tonight. As always, if you have a news story, then please visit our Facebook or Twitter pages or email news@estuary.tv. You can also phone our news desk, which is on Grimsby 01472315553, or write to us at the usual address. As always, we'll look forward to hearing from you with any interesting news stories you may have. On tomorrow's programme, I'll be talking to Fred with City of Culture and Janine Walker from the Cycle Hub. Have a great Wednesday evening.